Welcome to Coach's Corner, Cat fans. Thanks for joining me again. It's playoff time. We're into week 2. We call it paydays. Bonus pay, actually, we call these bonus pays. So we're going to recap last week's game with Delphos Jefferson. We're going to preview the Deer Park game. A couple shout outs first. Shout out to our girls soccer team who are in the regional semifinals today. So they're going to play OG up in Defiance on the turf tonight, and so good luck to those girls. I want to thank you. I might have done this earlier in the year, but thank our student body. They've been really good, especially the older kids in the student body. Each week for games, they have a different theme, and whether it's a blackout or Farmer's Day or whatever, all those different. Last week was obviously Halloween, and so they had all kinds of costumes on. And they've been following us around all year and into it and excited and stay till the end of the games and come down with the band. And so thanks to those guys. Let's see. Congrats to our all-league players. Okay, we had just a couple first-teamers this year, and both of them were in 2 positions. So Jesse Meyer is the all-league tight end and punter. Tyler Schwederman, receiver and safety. So congrats to those 2 on first team. Second team, Isaac Fullenkamp, Andrew Hicks, Josh Kalp, Justin Kalp, and Evan Homan were second team. Isaac is a linebacker and running back. Andrew was a second team guard. Kalpe was a second team center. Justin Kalp is our PAT field goal guy. And gosh, I think he's only missed 2 all year. So he's almost close to 50 attempts. Evan Homan, outstanding offensive tackle. There were some really good offensive tackles. I feel like he's probably a first team, one of the 5 best linemen in the league, but it's separated by guards, centers, and tackles. And then honorable mention, Tanner Molenkamp and Marcel Blassingame, really good skill guys, both really good corners and really don't have a lot of action, to be honest with you. So statistically, that hurt them in the voting, I think. But the good players, Reese Dellinger, our quarterback, Aaron Fortkamp, a defensive end, Darren Schmidtmeyer, who's an outstanding inside linebacker, but he's been hurt several of the games this year, so he didn't really have much of a chance to get on those first 2 teams. And then Will Fox has been a great addition, I guess probably a surprise for us at offensive tackle. He's playing really good. He and Evan are both juniors, so we'll get those 2 back next year. So congrats to all those guys, all league, either first team, second team, or honorable mention. Looking back to last week, Delphos Jefferson, they came in with 3 wins on the year, but several close games. I think I mentioned last week that they had a really good quarterback and some good skill guys. And kudos to them for battling in there. We were up 28-0 and going in to score to make it 35, and we had a turnover. And they kind of got the mojo going. Their quarterback had 40 carries on the night, a couple kickoff returns, and threw the ball probably 25 times. And he was a warrior. So Colin Bailey, hats off to you up at Delphos. And anytime you play a team that has a dual threat quarterback, so we faced a few this year. Peyton Oddie, excellent at Marion, and David Holman, who was the offensive player of the year in the league. Outstanding. Those are 3 guys. And now this Colin Bailey that we played against last week. Outstanding run-throw quarterbacks. And what Delphos Jefferson did really well was with their formations. They spread us, they got us spread out, and they went empty, and they went no back, and they went 4 guys on one side and 1 on the other. And he was a good enough passer, and they had 2 or 3 receivers that could catch, so they got rolling, and we had a tough time stopping. Unfortunately, they couldn't stop us either. We had no punts. We did turn it over a couple times, but for the most part, we scored about on every. We scored 7 touchdowns on probably 9 or 10 drives. So the offense played really well and efficient, and the defense played great the first half. We just gave up one long drive and a couple turnovers. So shout out to Delphos Jefferson. Like I said last week, they didn't play very well, and they came in and battled to the very end. So good for them. This week we play Cincinnati Deer Park. We played them about 3, 4 years ago maybe. They came up to Coldwater, and it's a team that has some really good athletes. They don't have a lot of players, so hopefully we can wear them down offensively. they do some really good things because they run dive option, and they mix that up with putting their best player. He's a slot sometimes, he's a wideout sometimes, he's a tailback sometimes. So we have to identify him, and he's a really good player. Plus a couple other good skill guys. They have a big fullback. They're a dive option team. They have a big fullback, about 230 pounds, a sophomore, fairly big up front. I wouldn't say they're great O-line, but big, pretty big stout guys. But I guess I don't know if fear is a good word, but the concern is that they're really good skill guys are faster than even probably our fastest couple guys, and they can take it a long touchdown at any time. So our goal will be to prevent those big plays, and then offensively, our concern is that we've turned the ball over too much this year. We're -7 in the turnover ratio, but fortunately, we've been able to continue to score and stay on top of things in all those wins, and hopefully we won't turn the ball over and prevent those big plays and get a win this week. And so we move on. This is our last home game, so from now on, we will find depending on who we're playing, we'll go halfway. But we've got to take care of business this week and get a win. So we play Cincinnati Deer Park Saturdays again at 7 o'clock here at Cavalier Stadium.